the Georgia Bulldogs, you're gonna feel the bulldog.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Row 60, a Georgia football podcast. My name is Clark Gaines. Joining me today, as always, Adam Thornton.
Boom! Woo!
And this is show number 141. Welcome back, folks. It is finally time for the Sugar Bowl.
That's it. All the Christmas decorations have been put up in the attic, Clark, and most of them around the nation have been already put up in the attic, man. The Christmas trees have been thrown into ponds and the lakes, live ones have, where fish can bed in them and everything. And now it's time to focus on the college football playoffs. Been a pretty decent bowl season, too, but it's time for, the quarterfinal games. Georgia's finally getting back on the gridiron after that great win against Alabama in early December. And I'm juiced, Clark. I'm ready to roll.
Does it not feel like it's been forever since Georgia has played a football game?
Forever, man. I mean, it's golly. I mean, just thinking about how long ago that was that we were in Atlanta. I mean, it was 3-4 weeks ago? Is that right?
About three,
like
yeah.
Three and a half. Yeah. So, I mean, just crazy, just the lull between the SEC championship and then when you have that first round bye to the quarterfinals. But I like it. I've always liked it as a fan, even before the 12-team playoff, when it was the 4-team playoff, man, or even just when you were just used to being a BCS bowl, just a Sugar Bowl back in like 2002, that it was nice to kind of be able to focus on Christmas, right? And other things, kind of take a pause, even as a fan a little bit, still have that excitement looming in the after Christmas, man. So, I mean, I've always liked that, but then you get antsy, but especially after all the Christmas stuff is done and it's time to focus on football, it feels like just from December 25th to January 1st, it's just a lull trying to get there.
Yeah,
so.
I agree. Well, Adam, I hope you had a good Christmas. I hope everyone out there listening had a great Christmas holiday. I got to ask you, you just kind of mentioned it. Did you put all of your Christmas stuff up? Like,
yes.
Is all the Christmas decorations, decor gone?
Yes. Everything at the house is, and except outside here at the shop.
Okay.
My inflatables are still up.
Good.
But everything inside the shop here is up.
But you don't, like, prolong it any, do you? Ever?
Nah. I don't.
Have you ever done it, like, at any point?
Not a whole lot.
Really?
Not a whole lot. I like putting it up early and then taking it down and everything. But I know that tree's still up at your house.
It's actually not. Believe it or
really?
not.
No way. I did not believe that. I remember we did the Ohio State Peach Bowl call-in show. That would have been December 30th. So about 3 years ago? How many years ago was that? 3 years ago from tomorrow, the recording of this is when we did that live call-in show for the Peach Bowl, which great, probably the second best live call-in show I think we've ever done in Row 60 history was that night. And your Christmas tree was up then.
It
so
was.
You've actually took it down then.
Took it down. Well, the reason that one stood for so long, we paid an obscene amount of money. I'm embarrassed to say how much we paid for that specific tree.
Yep.
This year's tree was also expensive. It was about $200.
Hey,
which is crazy.
You got to get a live tree.
But you got to.
So
and it was awesome. But, I don't know. Christmas night rolls around and you're like, gosh, I'm just kind of ready to get this over with.
Yep.
And so we just spent all December 26th tearing out everything. We made Goodwill piles. We're donating stuff. We have totally cleaned house. It has been awesome. It feels so much better. I'm prepared for the new year. 2026 is going to be a great year. Adam, I got to ask you before we get into football talk too, what are some of your New Year's resolutions that you got planned for 26? Or is there a tradition maybe that you have to start the year?
Well, I guess kind of resolutions that I have is there's some stuff around here that I want to do, some projects and stuff, kind of my secondary work outside of work that I want to improve on here with the cows and the little farm here that I have and everything. But then also I want to really get consistent in working out. And I do a pretty good job consistently. Like last year I really took it up a level from January till late August. But then there's just happens to be from like September till late January, something that happens that we all love that kind of takes my focus away.
What could that be?
Yeah, so I don't know, right? So to get back on track of working out, that's a big thing too. Dan, how about you?
Well, I started a tradition last year. I'm going to actually continue it to this year. And this it sounds kind of cheesy. I'll make this pretty quick. But it's a stoic tradition where basically you write down all of your fears, anything that you're mad about, you write them down. It's an exhaustive list. You take as much time as you need, write everything down on a piece of paper, and you take that paper and light it on fire. That's a great way to kind of
I like that.
relinquish, all the things that you can't control outside of your control.
Clean slate, baby.
Clean slate going into the new year. Yeah. So it has some deeper origins and roots, but that's a really cool tradition I started last year, and we continue doing that. So that's one of mine right there. And yeah, I'm like you. I got to get back to working out because, as I mentioned last episode, I'm a little pudgy nowadays.
No. I mean, doing that, man. But just being able to see a new year, that's always a blessing. Yeah. And so I mean, they get. It seems like they go by quicker and quicker. It just seems like we were here just a week ago recording. You were getting ready for the birth of your son, and I was getting prepared to go to New Orleans because you couldn't go to the last Sugar Bowl because, I mean, your wife Caitlin was due at any second. It seemed like then when we were going to New Orleans, so you had to stay at home for that, and we were getting ready for that preview show for that game. But now here we are again.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Time flies.
Time flies, man.
All right, well, before we talk about football, I do have to shout out somebody, and his name is Mr. Alex Perkins from Royston, Georgia, just right down the road from where we're recording this episode, actually.
AP, man.
Yeah, he went to Franklin County. I think he was a few years older than me, potentially. Might have been more your age, but Alex, hey, man, we appreciate you joining the Patreon community and becoming a Row 60 patron. So
absolutely, man. Appreciate that. God bless you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate the support.
If you're not on Patreon yet and you want to unlock exclusive Row 60 content, just visit us at patreon.com/Row60, or you can download the Patreon app and search us Row 60. It's only $5 a month, and every single penny helps us to go to more games. It's helping us actually to go to the Sugar Bowl this year. So thank y'all. We're going to give y'all some live coverage, just you patrons too. You're going to get some exclusive stuff this week. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to have a lot of fun down in New Orleans. And that is the meat and potatoes of this episode. We're going to be previewing the Sugar Bowl extensively. We're going to be talking about some other bowl games too, because there have been some good ones up to this point, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know what I've thought about? Everybody says bowl season's dead, Clark. But I think if you kind of just dive into the pageantry and you could create like what the Pop-Tart Bowl does, and we're going to talk about it, and kind of make that brand for your bowl game, you keep it alive and well.
Agreed. Yeah. So we'll talk about other bowl games. Obviously, the Sugar Bowl as well. We'll preview Georgia and Ole Miss. We've got some quarterfinal games to talk about as well. And then, Adam, I've got a little Sugar Bowl trivia for you and the people listening.
Good. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, to, just something fun, something entertaining.
Can't wait to talk about the history and the nostalgia of the Sugar Bowl. One of my favorite things to do
You're
on Row
a
60. Big Sugar
Bowl aficionado.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, everybody else in the country, if you live in the West, if you live in the North, man, it's all about Rose Bowl this, Rose Bowl that, Rose Bowl, Rose Bowl, Rose Bowl, Rose Bowl, Rose Bowl. And the Rose Bowl's great. I mean, that was a memory I'll take to my grave. As long as I have a comprehensive mind, I will never forget January 1st, 2018 in Pasadena, California. But, man, being in the South, growing up in the South, it's the Sugar Bowl. It's the Sugar Bowl. It's the Hayes in the Louisiana Superdome, and that's what it's about in the South. So, yeah, I love it.
Also, right quick, I want to shout out the Harrell family.
Yes, shout out to the Harrell family.
Emma Grace, she DM'd us on Instagram just a minute ago and was asking, hey, when are we getting the Sugar Bowl preview episode?
Oh, yeah, got to get that thing out.
So they are leaving tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, December 30th, to go down to New Orleans, and they said they need something to listen to.
All right, well, good. Is it going to be out by then for them to listen to?
I told Emma Grace this episode will be out in the morning, tomorrow morning.
Good.
So maybe about 5 a.m. I'll have it released, which means when I get home tonight at midnight, I'm going to have to edit it, which takes me a couple hours. So, yeah, I might be going to bed at 2:30, but I just want the Harrell family to know this is for you. I'm getting this one out, expediting this episode just for you.
Love that, then. Love the Harrell family. They deserve that, to have that going down there, man. It's a long trip by a car.
Yeah.
By automobile down to New Orleans, man. It's about an 8-hour drive. There ain't much scenery. There's not much scenery between Georgia and New Orleans, Louisiana to look at. I mean, there's no like big landmarks you go. I mean, I think you go by Talladega, right? Don't we go by Talladega to go to New Orleans? Yeah. Now, that's a heck of a landmark. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Might go by Six Flags.
Potentially.
Do you? Or do you go by Auburn? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Like Hank Williams' grave. Is that not down towards Alabama?
Midnight in Montgomery.
Yeah.
Alan J. Midnight in Montgomery. Silver Eagle, Winding Road. Oh, it's a great song. Yeah, but that's where Hank Williams is. Yeah, obviously, because the song was about Alan Jack and big New Year's Eve show. New Year's Eve show. So so going down, that's when Alan Jackson saw the ghost of Hank Williams. Then
it was New Year's.
Yeah, it was New Year's Eve. Yeah, it was New Year's.
Wow.
in Montgomery.
So should we go pay homage to Hank
It
Williams?
might have been actually December 30th going into December 31st because he was on his way for a big New Year's Eve show.
I see. Okay.
So I'm assuming.
So should we go pay our respects to Hank Williams?
Oh, I'd love to, man. I've never been there, but yeah. Yeah, that's my, I mean, a lot of great country songs about seeing Hank Williams' ghost. I've never seen Hank Williams' ghost, but David Allan Coe did. Now, David Allan Coe might have been under the influence of other things. I don't think Allen was, but David Allan Coe, yeah.
What a guy.
I mean, he was actually hitchhiking and got took to Nashville by Hank Williams. That's amazing.
Something else.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that story. But anyway, Midnight Montgomery, great song. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. But yeah, this time of year, too, it happened.
Yeah.
And a drunk man in a cowboy hat. All right.
All righty. Well,
I'm going to have to listen to it after this one. We'll have to blare it after.
Yeah, we're going to have to get a good playlist going to New Orleans. It's about a 9-hour drive.
I love. Another thing, let me go off the rails again.
Okay.
Just 2 seconds. When we went to Clint, my buddy Clint, he could tell you this right here. When we went to 2018 LSU and Georgia and Baton Rouge, I made a Louisiana playlist for us.
Did you?
Great songs that you need to add if you're going. Yeah. But yeah, my brother,
Woman, Mississippi Man.
Yeah, yes, that was on there. But yeah, my brother, old Clint, he could tell you that Louisiana One, Mississippi Man, Louisiana Saturday Night by Mel McDaniel.
Yep,
that's a good one. Maria Laveau by Bobby Bear. That's a good one. And then one of my favorites, man, is Mary Chapin Carpenter, Down to Twist and Shout.
Okay.
You know, Saturday Night when the moon is. Oh yeah. So I mean, a lot of great.
What about Jambalaya by Hank Williams?
Yeah. That's good. I mean, we're gonna have to play them too. Yeah.
Okay. How did we get here? I don't even know where we're
Well, we get to talking about music, man. That's another passion of mine.
Yeah.
I like to.
Shout out to Caleb Myers. Last time we were on a live call-in show, he I think really respected the fact that Adam knew his country music, and he did not appreciate the fact that I didn't know as much country music as Adam does.
But you know classic rock.
That's true. I do love some classic rock.
That's good stuff.
All right.
Anyway, all right. I'm back on the rails now. Just too giddy. Got old sidetracked.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some games that have happened up to this point. Some other bowl games, and there have been. I specifically want to narrow this down to about 3. Let's start with the Hawaii Bowl, Adam. I know you didn't watch this Christmas Eve.
I didn't. I tuned in though a little bit, man. But I mean, that's a Christmas Eve tradition. Across the United States of America is tuned into the old Oahu Hawaii Bowl now.
Yeah.
But I saw what happened, Clark, and that's great for Timmy Chang.
I'm telling you, man.
That's huge for Timmy Chang in the program.
I was juiced about it, man. Hawaii won, for those who didn't see this, 35-31. Major comeback. Hawaii scored 22 points in the fourth quarter. What a great comeback. Last second win. Their backup quarterback actually threw the game-winning touchdown with 10 seconds left after Micah Alejado went down for an injury. Oh, I know. Listen, I know names. Listen, Hawaii. The Hawaii Rainbow Warriors had them as my secondary team.
I know that.
All right.
Yeah, 100% I know that.
Just as Texas Tech is.
They're not right now.
Oh, they're not right now.
Not in the playoff field. No.
Maybe App
Gotta have
State.
some hate for Texas Tech. Yeah, I guess App State right now is. Even though I love Texas Tech, but since we're after the playoffs in, as long as we don't meet up with Texas Tech and get beat by them, then they'll go back. I'll favor them. I like their culture. But, yeah, right now, no. App State would have to be.
Yeah. Anyway, great ending in the Hawaii Bowl. Did you see the fight at the very end, though?
No.
Oh, there's a little tussle.
Yeah.
It wasn't that crazy, but, it was more or less bench clearing. It was at the very, very end of the game. So
I'll be dang.
Yeah.
I mean, look. Passion, man.
Yeah.
That's what we need in bowl games. We need physical altercations in these 9 playoff games to show the nation that these kids care about playing in them.
You know what else we need in the bowl games, Adam?
What's that?
We need pastries being sacrificed.
Dang right we do. It's good for America. It's good for everything.
The Pop-Tart Bowl. They have completely embraced this branding of being the people's bowl game. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
Everybody tunes in to the Pop-Tart Bowl nowadays because you get to see a life-size pastry meant for a toaster oven go into a gigantic oven.
Great marketing.
Oh, man, it's
great marketing, especially how Georgia Tech lost that football game, too. It made the celebration, the sacrifice of the Pop-Tart even better. And great choice, I thought, by the Mormons on their Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
That they chose to sacrifice.
Actually,
I get behind that.
A little edit here. Did you realize that it's not the winning team? They may have done that in the past, but actually this year it was a fan vote.
Oh, it's a fan vote this year. Okay, sorry about that then. Yeah. Well, I'm giving the Mormons too much credit then. They actually chose the Pop-Tart then. Yeah. Okay, that's what it was. It was a fan vote. Yeah. I was kind of in and out watching the celebration right there. I mean, I watched it, but I was in and out there kind of. So,
what do you think about cookies and cream Pop-Tarts?
Love it. Favorite one.
Really? Mine too.
Anything with cookies and cream
is
going to be my favorite. So
you remember the ones that I think I talked about this last year, but you could break them into thirds.
Yeah.
It was cookies and cream, but you could actually break them and then dunk them. They were meant for dunking in milk, and God, they're so good.
Pop-Tart, man, one of them things that just stands the test of time. Each generation loves a Pop-Tart.
Oh, do they?
Every generation loves a Pop-Tart. So I mean, you could eat it as a dessert after supper. You could eat it for breakfast. You could eat it just after putting it in the toaster, obviously, or you could eat it just fresh out the pack, man. I mean, just multiple snack right there.
You got to put the hot fudge sundae Pop-Tart in the freezer. Yeah. I stand by that. If you've never done that, you need to go buy some and do that. It's really good.
Need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, great. I mean, even putting the sprinkles on the helmets and everything, man. So,
did you see the toaster trophy malfunction? Like, for people who don't know, the trophy doubles as a literal as a toaster for these Pop-Tarts. So, like, I guess if you take it home with you, BYU took the trophy home, they can just plug it up and it becomes a toaster for them too.
And you can make breakfast.
Awesome. Yeah, you can make breakfast for the team, which is great. But they had so much trouble in the ceremony, like trying to get it toasted, and there was just this awkward lull back and forth. Like they didn't know what was going on. The production of it was horrible too, because one of the Pop-Tarts, I think it was the protein Pop-Tart or whatever, he didn't want to be sacrificed, so he jumped off the toaster in the back. But the camera showed the landing pad behind the toaster. It was terrible production. They should have put the camera on the other side. You shouldn't have been able to see that.
Right. You could just saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So we got to sharpen up.
And I want to know how they get power out there in the middle of the field. I mean, it had to be a long extension cord getting 110 out there to heat up the Pop-Tart, man. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of wild stuff going on with that. I do like that. That has been a great addition to the current state of college football postseason play and bowl games and non-playoff bowl games. It's the Pop-Tart Bowl.
And I think the Cheez-It Bowl kind of tries that, the Duke's Mayo Bowl, but really, like, who likes mayonnaise?
Yeah, nobody likes mayonnaise enough, especially get dunked in it, man. I am a big advocate of putting, because it's not going to be highly attended whatsoever. These games aren't. I mean, there's going to be a lot of empty seats. So when the Cheez-It Bowl gets out there, and they put the cardboard cutout, a personalized wheels of cheese out there, then that's neat. That's neat. Everybody, I always get a good chuckle when I watch the old PAT kicked. Man, you're just out there and you see just these wheels of cheese out there with wigs on, hats on, just representation of the melting pot that is American society, all put together as one at the Cheez-It Bowl with the cardboard cutouts of the wheel of cheese.
Love that. The Tax Slayer Bowl, Adam. I don't know why I put this one on. Did you see it?
Oh, yeah, I watched it, man. A lot of empty seats there, man. And I was like, man, I've been down there 2 times that bowl game to watch Georgia in the past. Look at where we're at now.
Yeah, I know. Total yawn fest. Virginia won that 13-7. Beat Missouri. Man, Missouri could not get anything going offensively. Just a boring game. But any more games that kind of stood out to you?
No, just amazing how Eli Drinkwitz has rode that, 2 years ago is when they beat Ohio State, the Cotton Bowl, and Ohio State had a bunch of people opt out and everything. And that season, he's rode it this year, like being really not a great season at all if you look at it, to a big contract extension.
Yeah.
I mean, just highway robbery from Eli. I mean, he'd be dumb to ever leave Columbia, Missouri if he gets an extension for what he did this year.
Yeah.
With Missouri.
Wasn't super impressive. And their schedule was so weak, man.
Exactly. So anyway.
Yeah.
Other bowl games, I can't There's a big bowl game that we have not talked about yet.
Which one?
That happened at high noon Saturday, December 27th at historic Yankee Stadium in Bronx.
Oh, yes, Clemson and Penn State. Yes, Penn State won 22-10, beat the Tigers.
Love it.
I didn't get to watch much, but my gosh, when I saw the final score, I was just thrilled.
Dabo is a developer of men, though. He had his Butch Jones bricklayer moment in his post conference, and I'm all for developing men.
Yeah,
no doubt, man. The impact these coaches, in all seriousness, all for that. But he said he was there to develop men, not to win football games. So a lot of Clemson people they're paying X millions of dollars a year for him to win football games aren't going to like that. But I love the turmoil. Had to go look because I'm sick. I had to go look at the Clemson message boards to just bathe in their sorrow and their anger and every emotion on display at tigernet.com. And it was great. It was glorious, man.
We get like a full off season of Clemson tears, which is just great.
And they know it's over. Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about it. They know it's over. There isn't no Trevor Lawrence or Deshaun Watson or a truckload of Osterine. What do you call that?
The drug.
That performance enhancer that is illegal that they used back in the heyday.
Osterine.
Yeah. None of that coming through the door in Death Valley anymore.
Mm-hmm. Time's ticking.
Love it. Time's ticking. Dabo scorching, just hot seat. I don't know but I mean, I think it'll get so bad if it continues like another 4-loss season in a terrible ACC next year that it'll just be a mutual part in the ways from Dabo.
Well, guys, look,
I love it.
You got to give credit where credit's due. Tyler from Spartanburg saw this coming.
He did.
He knew,
and I was excited for him to be able to say I told you so this year with a terrible record. But look out, though, Clemson, man. I mean, that whole state of South Carolina, Beamer's fired up, playoff team next year too over there in Columbia, South Carolina. So I don't know. We'll see what they do next year. But I love it. Love that Matt Luke, had to retire from coaching and everything. It was just Kirby. I think Kirby's grind was just too hard for Matt Luke.
Yeah.
So takes his retirement, whatever, year off, 2 years, however it was, goes to Clemson, and but it just goes to show.
Yep.
Sorry.
All righty.
I'm never going to pass up an opportunity to speak ill of Clemson University.
I don't blame you. I do not blame you. All righty, let's move on to the Sugar Bowl preview. This is, once again, the main topic here. Sugar Bowl. Adam, the second most played bowl game, tied with the Orange and the Sun Bowl. The first, by the way, is the Rose Bowl. That game has been here since the beginning of time, since Moses crossed the Red Sea.
Since he parted it. Yep, and crossed it.
Yeah, both.
He didn't just cross it by boat. He parted that bad boy and walked across it.
Well, did he himself part it?
With the help of God.
Okay.
Yeah, he
just to clarify.
But he parted that bad boy. Walked right through it. Walked right through it.
Could you imagine being a fish and you're swimming in a sea, the Red Sea?
Boom.
Yeah, but then your family and everybody's on one side of the sea and you're on this side, and
it had to be when the Israelites were going across and everything. It had to have been looking like it was going through the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta with the aquatic life that was on each side.
Yeah, the tunnel.
Yeah. Love that. But the Red Sea, which is a filter of the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, good point.
I know I was, under some scrutiny for saying the Indian Ocean that Moses parted, but I actually think geographically it is factual that it might be a fork off of it. There might have been, kind of filtered.
Look at Adam trying to cover up a mistake he made earlier in the show with a little semantics.
Just talking about some topography.
Topography. All right, we got to move on. We're gonna be here till.
I love it.
We're gonna be here till New Year if we go at this rate. All right, so Sugar Bowl, UGA's 13th Sugar Bowl appearance. This will also be Ole Miss's, for what it's worth, 11th Sugar Bowl appearance. I believe Ole Miss actually has a better record in the Sugar Bowl than Georgia. Is that right?
They do. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Has won more games, I should say. Yeah. So, this is obviously one of your favorite bowls. So let's talk about it, Adam. I mean, what do you love about the Sugar Bowl? Go ahead.
I love the Sugar Bowl because one thing, too, is if you look at a game that Herschel Walker played there in 1980 against Notre Dame, and then you look at a camera angle of the Sugar Bowl last year, it looks the same. The rafters and everything in the Louisiana Superdome look the same. Not much has been changed there. That's why I love the mystique about it. But I guess I love it so much is because when you grew up, you heard stories of Georgia's 17-10 win over Notre Dame in 1980.
Right.
And even 81, 82, the heartbreak of that for a chance at more national championships then. And, Georgia, Vince Dooley lost some heartbreakers there, man. He got that one against Notre Dame, won a national championship, but lost to Pitt and Tony Dorsett in like 76, right? And then in 81, they lose to Pitt again in Dan Marino. Last second, and then 82 lose a national championship chance to Penn State and Joe Paterno's team, right? So, historic games, big time games have been played there in the early 80s, and then you take a 20-year hiatus from it, man. And again, I've shared the excitement of knowing as a 9-year-old kid how much it meant to the older fans getting back after 2 decades, Clark, of being absent from New Orleans, and got to go to that game when we beat Florida State 26-13. Mark Richt playing his mentor, just 2 years removed from Tallahassee and Bobby Bowden's staff, winning that game. And that's kind of what I go back to in college football days of old, that even though that wasn't a national championship game, it felt like a national championship environment. I still remember being at the, I think it was the Marriott Hotel when the team came down the escalator. And, it was just packed of Georgia fans getting fired up and wishing them off, man. And just that whole environment was huge just a couple of days leading up to that game, which now even if it was a Sugar Bowl of the old BCS days, man, and before the 12-team playoff, when the New Year's Six BCS Bowls aren't playoff games every year now, when it was just a game that was it, the end of the year. You just win the Sugar Bowl. Back in those years, man, 20 years ago and stuff, it meant something. The Hawaii game, same deal. That blackout was just 41-10 win. It's just huge, man. Just huge. So, remember Bruce Thornton's pick 6 against Florida State in that game. And, then there's been, the one in Atlanta just didn't even feel like a Sugar Bowl. Got beat by West Virginia. And Steve Slayton, Pat White had that fake punt there at the end. Everybody and their brother in the building, except UGA's coaching staff saw coming. Lose that game, 38-35, something like that. But anyway, no, just a lot of childhood. I think it goes back to loving hearing and watching old highlights of the early 80s Sugar Bowls, especially the wins, but even some of the losses of what happened there. But then also just the childhood experience of it and the excitement I had as a kid for that game in New Orleans and what it meant. And I talked about last year how excited I was to see Georgia actually play again for a national championship chance, or now in New Orleans. The first time we did that last year since 1982, and we get to do it again this year, man. And then this year actually have it where it is good Lord willing, an 8 p.m. kickoff on New Year's night, like the good Lord intended it to be, and the excitement of what it'll be of all those fans filtering in off the streets of New Orleans, man. And they have those spotlights that just shine on that dome. There's just something that was just so awesome and nostalgic about it growing up, but I can't even wait to imagine what it would be like now in a college football playoff game, because last year, obviously, with the events what happened in New Orleans, the game gets pushed back to a mid-afternoon game. It didn't have that same mystique, so I'm fired up for that.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be
What's
great.
your favorite Sugar Bowl memory?
Well, I only have one, and that would have been 2019 Texas.
Yeah.
So that was awful.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
A lot of
We've
different
lost
ways.
some bad games in New Orleans, man.
Yeah.
We really have. The Baylor game, that was a good win.
We didn't go to that one.
We didn't go to that one.
That's
That's
the
the
first-
first game I missed in like 10 years. I was bitter.
But that broke up my streak too. But anyway, all right, yeah. Georgia obviously rematching Ole Miss yet again. So this will be our second in-season rematch of the season, which is just crazy to think about. Obviously, the first one was Georgia and Alabama, and now we get Ole Miss again. Kirby is 4-0 in in-season rematch games, so familiar territory. I know he's been asked by the media, hey, what's the carryover from last game to this one, and yada, yada, yada. And Kirby basically said, this is not verbatim here, but basically said, hey, guys, look, each game is its own game, right? And,
Right.
There's some things that carry over, but, he said that narrative that we're all trying to push as the media. I guess we're kind of considered the media too nowadays. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have a voice and people listen to us. I don't know why they listen to us, but anyway, no, he's just saying that's kind of an overrated narrative to keep pushing because each game is so different and the outcomes are wildly different, and that's going to be the case, I believe, in the Sugar Bowl.
Absolutely.
I don't think we're going to see another 43-35 kind of game where it's just back and forth. no defense is, pulling together and making a stand or anything.
I'd be shocked. It would be hard for both defenses to play as poor as they did in Athens, right? Or either way you look at it, both offenses be on fire, right?
Right.
So, definitely different. Both defenses, I feel like, have improved. Definitely Georgia's has since that game in mid-October.
Yeah. Ole Miss coming off 6 straight wins since that day in Athens, and also coming off a 41-10 point victory over Tulane in Oxford to kick off the college football playoff this year. And yeah, I mean, it was a dominant win. Adam, what'd you think about Ole Miss in that game versus Tulane? I mean, is there something that maybe got you a little nervous watching them, or do you feel better after seeing them play?
Yeah, I mean, that game, of course, was a heck of a game. They had 351 total yards. Looking at, they scored on how many straight? 5 for their 5 possessions.
Are we talking about Georgia?
You asked about the Tulane. Oh, my bad. My bad. Yes, no. Sorry. Yes, no. I just thought, man, that it was. We kind of lost the advantage because of the opponent Ole Miss played as a kind of for them to be in a dogfight, and maybe in a hard physical game. I know we were able to rest, didn't have to play that game, but it was almost like a tune-up game for them, especially with the whole saga they've had with Lane Kiffin. It was a good confidence builder for them with Pete Golden. I thought Charlie Weiss Jr. calling plays without Kiffin there holding his hand. Got a lot of momentum, even if it was Tulane. Kind of mirrored what they did against Tulane with Lane Kiffin in September, right? So I think that kind of built confidence in Pete Golden, his first time out as a head coach. Charlie Weiss's first time without Lane Kiffin, calling plays, man, their whole staff, and then just the whole rally and kind of team of destiny kind of mantra that they've kind of instilled on themselves and the media has and the nation. I mean, I think if you polled the nation and the people who didn't have a dog in the fight, their team's not in the playoff, then Ole Miss is the team they're going to cheer for.
Other than Mississippi State fans,
right?
But yeah.
Yeah, other than Mississippi State fans, exactly, right? Or LSU fans maybe. So, I think they're kind of the America's darling right now of who they want to see kind of be the Cinderella team, if you will, of who would win the playoff is because of all that. So, I don't know. I felt like that game, I think they did Lacey. I think Lacey will play, but I think he's going to be banged up, man. So, I mean, and Chambliss, he got banged up a little bit in that game as well. But all in all, I thought it was what the doctor ordered if you were an Ole Miss fan and what you wanted in the first round, and kind of tuned up. And as a Georgia fan, it kind of was like, had a few guys banged up. But in the same sense, I think they kind of canceled that with the confidence, and they were able to build and kind of get into a rhythm post-Lane Kiffin. What about you?
Yeah, I think obviously last year, each team that got the bye ended up losing. So it's definitely the storyline this year in this quarterfinal round. Will these teams who had the bye week, will they be ready to go? And I don't know. I think there is something to having that first game, getting, working out the kinks, getting some live bullets, getting some guys back in shape, after a break. I mean, because you got to think about it. A lot of these teams, they didn't play in a conference championship. Yeah. Or the ones that did, they just had to bounce back really quick. But teams like Ole Miss, they didn't have to play that first week in December, just like Georgia did. So, that's where they got their rest. But so they have a lot. My point is they have a lot less time where they're just kind of sitting on their hands and preparing and practicing, right? Like they just get to go out and play. And there is certainly something to building that momentum. And Ole Miss has it right now. Georgia, we have to capture it. We got to capture it early in this upcoming game. And if you don't, this Ole Miss team scares me a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's start with Georgia's offense. We'll kind of talk about both teams, and we'll kind of also reference. I know you brought up some stuff from the first game there, but we'll kind of talk about that first matchup and integrate it with this as well. I know Kirby doesn't like doing that, but we will.
No, we will. We could do that. Yeah. We're just fans talking. Sorry, I completely misunderstood you there. I already had my box score ready to roll, fired up about things to point out that first game. Yeah. Just got to put the cart before the old horse.
That's all right. All right, here we go. So, some good news for those who have not seen. We got Colby Young, Chauncey Bowens, and Ethan Barbour. Yes, Ethan Barbour, the guy who –
amazing.
Just freak athlete, man, to have recovered from that injury. I can't sit here and say they're starting, they're playing necessarily, but they are practicing.
Yeah.
And they look healthy is what I'll say.
Oh,
What would it be like to get any one of those three guys out there fully healthy this Saturday.
Oh man,
Thursday.
absolutely. It'll be great to see Colby Young back out there. I mean, who got hurt in the first Ole Miss game? Kind of miraculous, man, that him and the Barbour kind of after their injuries and what you first saw the diagnosis was to expect them back, right? So, they'd be huge to the offense, man. I mean, Ethan Barbour is a guy, obviously, you can line up the tight end position, that loaded room, but also the fullback spot as well. I mean, people forget about him, Clark. I mean, this guy's a freshman that came in. It was getting meaningful number one reps the first 2 games of the season before, in the first half of the second game of the year, he had his injury, right? So, I mean, obviously he was special in camp. He's a special player in a very loaded room, already getting some significant playing time right at the beginning of the year. And so him being able to come back, man, would be huge and just nice to be able just to add that piece to the puzzle as well. But Colby Young coming back, I think, is the one that excites you the most, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have Chauncey and that Frazier and him, that 1-2 punch in the backfield, and seeing Chauncey Bowens, hopefully the healthiest he's been since one of the last few games of the year would be great. His last run against Alabama that he had was just like he was shot out of a cannon, right? So, all 3 of them are huge and just gets you really fired up about the potential of the personnel being at a pretty good for it to be postseason health overall.
Right. Likely to be without Drew Bobo.
Will be without Drew Bobo.
Yeah.
He was ruled out.
Yeah. So we'll have to have Tolliver step up. I think he did a great job in this championship game, played with a chip on his shoulder. And, he's going to be challenged by a good Ole Miss defense front. Are they better than Alabama's? I don't think so. No. But, I'm sure Ole Miss's defense is out to prove something too. I mean, good gosh. Yep. They've got a chip on their shoulder, Adam, because I think people forget about this.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, they did not force Georgia to punt one single time in the first match.
Yeah.
Is that not crazy?
No, that's crazy. And you know how many rushing yards Georgia had in that first matchup?
200 something, right?
221 yards.
Jeez.
Man, if you do that again with how Georgia's defense is playing now, if you could replicate even just in the same ballpark as that, you're winning the football game, period. And that's going to definitely be Mike Bobo and his offensive staff's game plan is to run first, right? And I still think that this Ole Miss defensive line is obviously not as good as the 24 rendition of theirs that they had. And I thought, too, talking about the Tulane game, their first-round matchup for an American football team, American Conference football team, Tulane ran the ball very well.
Yeah.
From what I recall watching that game, right? So
right.
I still think, obviously, it's not like this Ole Miss defensive line has improved to the point since the last time we played them that we're not going to be able to run the football on them. No, we should absolutely be able to run the football on them, especially if we get 33 healthy, man. And that's what I'm excited about. That's what gives me the most confidence is that we could dominate the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Georgia, and this is good news for in that same vein, Georgia has rushed for at least 140 yards in 4 of its last 5 games. That's pretty impressive. I know one of those games was Charlotte, but geez, I mean, you play a good Tech team. That's a good Alabama team in that. So, and good Texas front too. I mean, geez. Actually, I don't know if we ran it against. That might have been one of the games we didn't run for 140 as Texas. But anyway, my point is, you get some good momentum. Nate Frazier's running the ball better than he has, I think, in his entire career. Your offensive line is blocking really well. So, yeah, I mean, that's the key to this game for Georgia offensively is run the freaking football, pound the rock, and, make it happen.
Let me ask you this, Clark. I mean, this time last year, sitting in the same position. SEC champions, first-round bye, top seed, college football playoff, playing an opponent that we feel like we can beat. We felt like we could beat Notre Dame last year. Obviously, the big elephant in the room of the difference is the starting quarterback. Your starting quarterback is not hurt this time, thankfully. But what makes you, outside of that, feeling so much better about this football team's chance to win a national championship from what has transpired this past season compared to the regular season last year, even both years in the SEC championship?
I'd say receiver play is much better. Blocking on the perimeter is much better. Blocking up front is much better. Your quarterback, like you just said, I mean, he's not making his first career start this Thursday in New Orleans. I mean, there's a lot of things you could attribute to, and that make me feel better about this game compared to last year.
I mean, it's been able to daggum how we've been able to just run the football consistently this year.
Yeah.
And with high success rates, man, and take control of line of scrimmage and playing bully ball and have some death marches, man. So, I mean, do you remember that death march we had in Knoxville, Tennessee?
Oh,
how refreshing that was.
Yes.
And we've seen that this year, man. And that's what gets me the most juiced, I think, about the chance, the potential. Then, of course, we'll talk about the other side of the football, but how that's come alive in the back half of the season or the back third of the season, right? So, that's what I'm excited about, man, is being able to be able to if Georgia's able, their offense, man, this offensive line be able to click, and we're able to run the football from the beginning of the game, and then that opens up play action for some explosive plays downfield as well. I feel very good. Very good.
Let's see. Ole Miss ranks 13th in the SEC in run defense at 147 yards per game. Not very good. UGA rushed for 221s in the first meeting, as you mentioned. So, yeah, I mean, just replicate that, honestly. And I think you will be able to if you're Georgia. Pete Golden, this is a fun little quote he had. He said, well, hopefully we can get them to at least punt one time. I think that would be a good start. They do a really good job on offense using multiple formations, creating extra gaps. They do a good job really running the football. The run sets up their play action. Then I think their quarterback, who's got experience, is playing at a really high level. He is right. He's very accurate. Yep, he's right. He makes good decisions. So to have a chance, you got to be able to stop the run, which is easier said than done. We got to be really smart on the back end and play to our help and leverage and change that picture for him. And he's right. I mean, look, if you're Ole Miss, you've got to stop the run. And every team that has played Georgia this year has had trouble with that.
Yeah,
to some extent. I mean, so I don't know. I just that's where you win this game if you're Georgia on the ground.
100%.
Georgia has a chip on its shoulder this year for the Sugar Bowl. We only scored 10 points last year against Notre Dame.
Yeah,
I have to believe this defense is out for blood, especially with what happened earlier in the season with Ole Miss as well. So let's talk about Georgia's defense. Also coming alive back half of the season. I'm very pleased with that. I think we have really started to gel, especially in the secondary. And that's where the difference lies between this Sugar Bowl game against Ole Miss and that first regular season matchup. And we got scorched through the air last time.
Yeah, I mean, the pass rush was non-existent in that football game. Trinidad Chambliss, quick release, I think, gets rid of the football pretty well, but had all day to throw. And a lot of quarterbacks Georgia face in September and October did. But the lights have come on, man, it seems like. And Georgia's developed a whole lot better of a pass rush that I feel like a whole lot better than what we saw mid-October. And that's going to help that secondary out tremendously. But also not only just helping out the secondary with a better pass rush, but also, man, just the play of DeMello Jones stepping up, right? So you got DeMello Jones and I think Dalen Everett as well, and Ellis Robinson, of course, the biggest one. So you have so much better play at the cornerback level. And then Rashawn Dinkins is going to be the guy at safety. Very talented young player coming in there that Jonel Aguero is not playing. Possibly going to transfer out. I'm banged up. I don't know 100%, but expect Dinkins to be the guy at star. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be.
He had a great game against Alabama last time for sure. Dinkins did. So.
And, you know, the sad thing is another negative, man, on the defense side of the football is Gabe Harris ain't going to play.
Are we 100%
100% on that? So Gabe Harris not playing, man. He was on crutches. I think the eligibility report came out. He was ruled out on it. Wasn't even questionable. So, I mean, a guy the past 2 games, or past 2 or 3 games, really coming on to his own, you know, on the edge right there. But, you know, next man up. And I think you look out for some young guys getting some reps that kind of you saw them emerge a little bit later in the year, the Zayden Walkers in the world, but also some guys too, man. I mean, it's not like this team's just been sitting on their hands since the SEC championship. There's been a lot of quality practices where they've had time, not only the game plan, but to also get some younger guys some reps, man. And see, there's a lot of development, I think, that happens in these games. That's why it's just crazy Notre Dame opted out of playing in a bowl game. Not even just the game's meaningless, but just the value of these extra practices these teams get for these younger guys, right? Yeah. So I think there's going to be some guys that we see, you know, I mean, I'm not going to expect to come out there and just be MVP of the game, but some guys that we may see come out and play some roles that we hadn't really seen in the regular season, right? But just kind of gotten there. And yeah, so I mean, this defense couldn't be happier than what we've seen the past couple of outings they've had, man. And that's kind of why I've hated the lull a little bit, Clark, is I felt like this team was just hot, especially the defense was, and you hate kind of having some downtime. But hopefully, man, with practice and everything, they're still firing on all cylinders, ready to go. But couldn't be more juice with where this defense is now, night and day, compared to what they were in Athens in October.
Yeah. Trinidad Chambliss, man, I think honestly, other than Gunner, because I've got my red and black glasses on, the most underrated quarterback in this playoff right now. Would you say so?
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, he's definitely done a great job. Great story. I mean, they paid Austin Simmons, the guy who really kind of had his coming out against Georgia last year in Oxford, right? When Jackson Dart got injured. So he was going to be the guy. Trinidad came in, transferred from like Division II, maybe, I believe. I think it was like FCS. It wasn't even a Group of 5 team. But I could be wrong with that. But anyway, nonetheless, he's come out and played good, won that starting job earlier in the year, has done a great job. I'm hoping that he's not 100% dialed in because he's going to have a big decision where he's going to be playing football at next year, right? So, but no, I mean, I'm sure he will be playing the best game that he possibly can, man, and dialed in. So, yeah, I mean, he looked good against Tulane. That whole offense did. But this is a different animal that I got to play in New Orleans.
Very true. Got to affect him, got to get to him, got to get a pass rush established. That would definitely pay dividends for this Georgia team. Ole Miss ranks second in the nation. Actually, no, sorry. Trinidad Chambliss alone ranks second in the nation in total yards per game at 498 yards per game. That is how much he accounts for. Big part of this offense. Very efficient passer. He might be, I think he's like second in the SEC in terms of passing efficiency. Might be behind Gunner on that one. I think Gunner might be number 1. He can make plays with his legs. They don't really run him a whole lot, but he can. Ole Miss, going back to that first meeting with Georgia, they had a touchdown on each of their 5 first possessions of the game. That's crazy.
Right.
They also held a 9-point lead, if y'all remember, going into that fourth quarter. Georgia didn't really control this game. We just kind of stayed in it till the fourth quarter, and then we owned the fourth quarter. But you cannot give this Ole Miss team that opportunity to just stick around, have control throughout this game. And I think a lot of that had to do with Lane Kiffin and the adjustments he's made. I mean, that one adjustment they made coming out of half, they threw a little hitch route to Dalen side, to number 1, their receiver. I'm blanking on his name. It's not Trey Harris, but anyway, they called it the hitch route.
Deshaun Stribling.
Yeah, that guy.
Stribling, yeah.
Right. Yeah. That guy took a hitch route for like 75 yards, and I guarantee you that was Lane Kiffin making that adjustment. Saying, look, we can beat this Dalen Everett kid, and he did. And, it's little things like that. You don't have that in this game. I'm not saying Charlie Weiss isn't a good offense coordinator. He certainly is. I mean, he showed it against Tulane at least that he's called all these plays this season, but still to have a guy like Lane Kiffin, offensive mind, you cannot convince me, if you're an Ole Miss fan, you cannot convince me that not having Lane Kiffin on that sideline is going to hurt you.
Oh, I was going there. If you didn't say it, that's where I was going at. You're 100% right with that. I mean, yeah, they did good against Tulane, but it's a different animal, like we talked about. And, I mean, Weiss Jr. is an up-and-comer, been with Kiffin for a few years, but you can't replace, man, and like you said, not say that it's not a big deal to have a guy that the high IQ, offensive IQ, and experience that Lane Kiffin has, man. I mean, you see videos of him, even the average fan can point out where he is on the sideline behind the defense and really – making, now with the radio headset, but talking to his quarterback and just being able to point stuff out. He's so good at that. And you've heard other coaches say that's such a strong trait of his, is to be able to do that. So you're right, Clark. They're definitely going to miss that.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, they attack you from the air, obviously. I think what their game plan is keep it rolling. They want to attack the perimeter. They want to take deep shots. Occasionally deep shots. I mean, they're not one of these teams just air it out, Hail Mary, 4 verticals all game. They're going to pick you apart, or at least try to, and they did that very successfully the first go-round. But if you're Georgia, man, I think you got to press this team. These receivers are really, really good.
Yep.
But it is mono-e-mono. It's going to be a lot of mono-e-mono matchups outside, and you got to win them. You know, if you're Dalen Everett, you got to step up. And he will. He will rise to the occasion. And I'm not saying that he played horribly the first game, but he definitely got torched a couple of times.
Yeah. So, definitely playing better, man. Veteran guy back there. And like you said, with the emergence of Ellis Robinson and DeMello Jones being completely different players than that first matchup, and the pass rush being better, that excites you. Kejuan Lacey is a very talented back for Ole Miss, right? But you know how many rushing yards he had? 12 carries, 31 yards the first game. So Ole Miss, I think, had a total of like 88 rushing yards, 3.5 yards per attempt. So if Georgia does that and does what this defense really has done a good job of all year, and that's stopping the run. Teams haven't been just running down Georgia's throat, especially here of late, that you make it that Ole Miss, if they're going to beat you and put up the numbers like they did last in October, which they did, was through the air, and limit explosive plays, man, and then be able to take away the run, that just know that Charlie Weiss Jr., that Ole Miss staff, is going to have to abandon trying to get anything productive on the ground, and you feel really good about Georgia being able to do that. Then you're going to be able to hopefully be able to Schumann and then be able to have some packages that really start to confuse and disguise some stuff, man, send some exotics and everything, and be able to hopefully make Trinidad force some stuff, get some turnovers like you did in the SEC championship, man. Still possession here too, and then really like where this game can get, man. So I think you're right, Clark. The key for Georgia slowing this Ole Miss offensive attack down that wasn't able to be done in October, but you feel confident about this go round, is to limit explosive plays through the air and just then be able to even nickel and dime you and get first downs converted on third down. They're 5 for 9 on third down through the air as well to extend drives.
Mm-hmm. I think the difference in this game will be the red zone. Mark my words. This game will be won or lost in the red zone.
In the red zone. I like that, Clark. That's a good one.
Georgia has been fantastic holding teams to field goals in the red zone.
That's right.
We're actually 10th in FBS in red zone defense. Ole Miss is not very good. I think they're kind of middle of the road.
No, they're not good.
67th offensively in the red zone in terms of converting. Georgia is also 14th in the red zone scoring, while Ole Miss is ranked 100 in red zone defense. So there's your matchup, right? Like, that's a huge plus, a huge advantage to Georgia. A lot of times we finish with 6 in the red zone. That's a lot of times the difference in between these kinds of games where you're playing a good team like Ole Miss. You got to have all 6 of those points and not settle for field goals when you get down in enemy territory. So
dang right.
I think red zone is going to be a key factor here.
I like it, man. I don't know. Just covering it up. Sorry. Covering it all, it just you can't help, man. Even without red and black glasses, if you take them off for a minute, not feeling good about what this game can happen on both sides of the football, right? But, you know, like you said, though, and this Ole Miss team, even without Lane Kiffin, but you add the extra motivation, chip on their shoulder with them, can be very scary if some things go the wrong way. If they do have success on the ground, it can get multiple, man. If our offense shoots itself in the foot, penalties, get behind the sticks, getting second, third, and long situations, man, and losing field position, then it could get that. It's going to be a scary game like October was, but you just can't help but feel like if Georgia does what they're supposed to do and they're playing to the level that they were when we saw them last on the field in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta a few weeks ago, not feel good about advance to the semifinals in this game. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be a tough one. Nonetheless, very talented team. Yeah. Ole Miss is for sure.
And neither team, Ole Miss nor Georgia, is the same team.
That's right.
You know, from earlier in the season. I mean, these teams, both of them have evolved in different ways. And this will be a whole new matchup. I'm really excited about this one. It's going to be fun to watch. Two good football teams. I know there's no Lane Kiffin on the other side of the football, but Kirby Smart, Pete Golding, that's going to be a fun time right there.
I'll be absolutely shocked if they're just trading touchdowns back and forth again this game. I know. Like you said, I think it's going to be a whole different look.
Yep. Completely agree.
And Clark, man, Ole Miss is pulling out the gimmicks.
Are they?
Did you see the Patriots, Robert? I hate the Patriots. I always have hated the Patriots. I hated New England sports, period.
Uh-huh.
So the Red Sox, Celtics, all of them just do not like New England sports. Okay. I always hated the Patriots. The Patriots plane flew Ole Miss to the Sugar Bowl.
Really?
From Tupelo, Mississippi.
Huh. Why? What's the connection?
I guess Charlie Weiss Jr., his dad was the offense coordinator for Belichick, some of those early Super Bowls with Brady, right? And then Joe Judge, I think he was on Belichick's staff. So that's the only thing I could think of. I don't know if Robert Kraft, I don't think he went to Ole Miss or nothing, the Patriots owner. But, yeah.
It's so weird.
Might not have to look into being Robert Kraft's plane, what kind of extracurricular activity went on in that plane.
Oh, geez. Well,
just kidding on that, but it's kind of a little jab at the Patriots ownership. But anyway, yes, and also they're pulling out their real tree helmets.
Are they
not
really?
going no traditional helmet? They're going with like the real tree kind of white, the Bill Jordan and Tyler Jordan real tree. I believe, to me personally, and I'm no big hunter, but I enjoy doing it. I think Mossy Oak is a superior brand camouflage anyway.
Okay,
so they're going with the inferior brand camouflage of real tree. With their uniform selection for their first neutral site playoff game.
Wait a second. Hold up. Back up. Aren't you wearing real tree Crocs right now?
Maybe. Yeah,
yes, you are.
I am, but I think Mossy Oak's better. Yes, Mossy Oak's better brand camo. I'm going to say with that, I think it's a better look. I like it, but I think it's more class.
Interesting.
Mossy Oak, yeah. But no, I am.
Oh, good stuff. All right. Well, we'll talk about our score predictions for the Sugar Bowl a little later. But first, let's do some quarterfinal games. We've got 3 more quarterfinal games to talk about really quickly. We'll pick them. Why not? We got the Cotton Bowl starting off. Number 10 seeded, I should say, Miami versus number 2, Ohio State, 7:30 p.m. ESPN. This Friday night, it'll be a lot of fun. New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
We may potentially have a call-in show.
Yeah, be looking out on that. Be looking out on that.
Bolo.
Yep.
Be on the lookout. We might be doing a call-in show potentially during that or around that time maybe. But the Cotton Bowl, it will be a good one. Miami, Ohio State. What a matchup this is, man. I mean, just these two brands. I know I said it last week. These two brands, that's a fun I don't know. When you think of college football, or at least when I do, I think of the brand Miami. I think of the brand Ohio State.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, 2 historic teams here playing in a Cotton Bowl for a chance for a national championship game. Adam, is there a way Miami wins this game?
Yeah, absolutely. The last time these two teams played 20-plus years ago, electric, the national championship with overtime pass interference call. Can't wait to see them on the field again. Yeah, I actually think that Miami maybe has a better front than Ohio State on both sides of the football.
Yeah. I mean, they sent a statement with that Texas A&M game. Miami did.
I mean, I think Miami's defensive line is better than Indiana's D-line. You saw what Indiana did to Ohio State, Julian's saying, right?
Good point.
So, but do you believe in Carson Beck against that Ohio State defense?
I don't know.
Not turning the ball over, shooting himself in the foot.
Yeah. Miami's running back had a field day against A&M. So my question is, I mean, are we trying to run the ball against Ohio State? Of course, that's going to be a tall task.
I mean, I don't know. Decent line down there in Coral Gables, right? So, I'm going to go with Ohio State, Clark, but I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair, 4-quarter football game, highly entertaining New Year's Eve to bring in the new year.
I completely agree. I think Ohio State will edge it out just by a little bit, but look out, Miami's going to make this close and very entertaining. I mean, heck, they made last week's game against A&M very entertaining, so we shall see.
Either way, how juiced will you be? I mean, you're going to be juiced, but how juiced would you be if Miami does beat them? And we're going to New Orleans with a chance at Carson Beck.
Going to Glendale?
Oh, yeah. Well, to New Orleans. We're going to New Orleans traveling for the chance to play that. Yeah.
Right. Ooh,
unreal, man.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, playing Ohio State, obviously, a rematch of the 2022 Peach Bowl. But still, I mean, put the cart before the horse. Got to beat Ole Miss. But very exciting matchup between those two. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be fun to watch. And, yeah, I think people writing out Miami I wouldn't write them off just yet.
Yeah.
I think they're more physical on both sides of the trenches. But I do think Carson Beck has some boneheaded turnovers. Man, that's the difference in the football game. As Ohio State wins the turnover margin.
That would be funny to watch. Just like a pick-6 game ceiling. But how sweet, once again, to your point, how sweet would it be to just beat Carson Beck in Miami in Glendale, Arizona? God, that'd be awesome.
Oh, man.
Anyway, All right, next game, we have Orange Bowl, number 5 Oregon, and number 4 Texas Tech, another team who has gotten the bye week. 12 o'clock ESPN, New Year's Day, Orange Bowl. This is a good game right here.
Thumbs up.
Very even matchup, I think. Do you foresee a shootout in this one?
No.
No. Okay. I mean, both of these defenses are pretty stout.
I mean.
And both offenses are really good. This is about to me. This is the most evenly matched game right here.
Now, this is one I could really flip a coin. I have no idea.
Would you like to flip a coin? We have our lucky quarter on set.
Who I'm going to go with? Who you going to go with?
I'm going to flip a quarter.
Okay,
we're going to leave it up to Lady Luck.
Heads is Texas Tech, tails is Oregon.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Oh gosh! Oh, I dropped it.
Reflip.
Oh yeah, reflip.
You can't botch it like that. That's
especially
tampering going on.
What did we say? Tails.
That's Oregon.
Oregon. I'm going with Oregon. I think that's a safe bet.
I'm going with Oregon too, Clark.
Really?
I love the Red Raiders, man. Love Joe McGuire, but I do think Dan Lanning gets it done. So
he's been there, done that in playoff games for sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Last year he didn't do it. Last year he got
boat race. Boat race
in the Rose Bowl. What am I talking about?
That was a buzzsaw. That Ohio State team was running through a buzzsaw.
Yeah. Will be a fun game to watch. As we are still, I think we'll still be on the road going down to New Orleans for that one.
But should get the Airbnb though to watch the end of it.
Yeah,
potentially.
And then last but not least, the Rose Bowl, number 9 Alabama versus number 1 seeded Indiana, 4 o'clock p.m. ESPN. We'll get to all watch this right before Georgia takes the field. Man, a lot of hype for this game, and I love it.
Oh, as it should be, man. I mean, a very interesting matchup. One thing I hate for the Indiana fans, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go to the Rose Bowl, so it's going to be good. I don't hate it for the Alabama fans, whatever for them. But it's supposed to be some rainy weather in Pasadena. Some monsoons.
Wow.
So it's going to ruin going to the the Rose Parade, that morning.
Yeah.
I mean, when we went, the good Lord couldn't have drew out just a better weather day for when the Georgia-Oklahoma game a few years back there. And, I mean, it is amazing. Just the sky, the mountains, and the range in the background. I mean, you could just something special about that venue. And, I think it's going to be a lot of rain going on there, Clark. So what it makes you think if it's a monsoon?
Well, we're going to be running the ball.
Yeah. You know what Alabama's not good at, Clark?
Running the football. That's a good point. Well, I mean, how much better is Indiana, though?
I don't know. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I genuinely don't know. I know they air it out. I know they can throw the ball with Mendoza, but Adam, that's a great point. If it is raining, that is going to totally shift the outcome of this game, in my opinion.
Do you think Mendoza's better than John Mateer?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. He didn't win the Heisman or anything, did he?
It's just unreal. This is a college football playoff game in the Rose Bowl. Alabama is an underdog to the number 1 seed, Indiana Hoosiers.
Yeah. A basketball school.
They are an underdog, right? I didn't even look at my shirt. They are. They got to be, right? So the Indiana Hoosiers, Clark, are the number 1 seed in the college football playoff, and Alabama's going to play them in Pasadena. This is unbelievable. This is getting the most out of not developing a culture. I mean, developing your own culture, like starting from scratch. It could be 2 complete opposite programs, right? You got Kalen DeBoer, who got the keys to a Lamborghini. Just trying not to crash it, right? Trying not to, man. And then you get Kurt Signetti, who got the let's just say got the keys to, I don't know, went out to the woods, man. Rural Georgia. Found old 68 Chevelle, rural Georgia. Engine wasn't in it. Just, trees growing up around it. He took it in the shop. He painted that thing up, man, and put a new motor in it. That thing's purring. And that thing looks good, and it's turning heads when it comes across, right? That Lamborghini has just been always there, you know, in the sense of, you know, kind of today's, you know, like the Lamborghini, I mean, Chevelle's, but the Chevelle, that's the true one that really gets the eyes turned, right? The one that kind of came out of the.
There's a word you want to use.
Yes.
There's a phrase. Go ahead and
I ain't gonna
use
say it. No, this is a family show. I'm not gonna say
it's PG-13.
No,
Maybe it is a rated R term. I want you to say it so bad. Can I say it for you?
Yeah, no, I'll say it.
Okay, say it.
The Chevelle's a panty dropper coming down the road. That thing right there, man. I mean, I love it. That's my favorite classic car, but that really wasn't a great analogy. More so like he got a Pinto and it's just getting it done with a Pinto more than anything. But I just wanted to use a Chevelle. I just wanted to use a Chevelle.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Oh, man. That's great.
So
who's going to win this game, Adam?
Alabama's going to win this football game, Clark. Alabama's going to.
We did all that. You told me Kurt Signetti went out in the woods in rural Georgia to get a 68 Chevelle, painted it up. It's a panty dropper.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, came out of nowhere just turning heads.
But it's crashing this week in the Rose Bowl parade is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Just getting a little hydroplane, just running off the road.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's truly intriguing in all seriousness, man. I mean, you got just a bunch of just no talented, but a lot of guys who have played a lot of football together, I feel like, and are connected, man, and just well coached in the sense of versus all these blue chip guys, man. And we saw it against Ohio State, and they won, right? So can they do it again against Alabama? I don't know. I think Alabama is going to win.
Wow.
Hopefully I'm wrong. I don't want them to win.
I'll take Indiana, but I definitely could see a path where Alabama wins. Give me Indiana, man. I think – I don't know, though. But you look at that Oklahoma game, Alabama and Oklahoma. In Alabama, man, they just somehow find ways to win. Even when Nick Saban is not there.
Yeah.
They somehow find ways to win in these big games. As long as you're not Vanderbilt, that is. 2024 Vandy. But, yeah, give me Indiana.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about that team right now, and especially with Mendoza winning the Heisman, I think there's just a lot of hype. We're going to see if the hype is real against Alabama. I mean, we say that against Ohio State, but I definitely think you get just as good of a matchup against Alabama here. So we'll see. It'll be a really fun game to watch right there, the Rose Bowl. Mm-hmm. All right, moving on here. Last segment. Got some Sugar Bowl trivia for you, Adam, for all the people.
Love it.
Before being played in the Superdome.
You need to create a jingle for this coming on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a trivia game.
If I remember to do that at like 1 tonight as I'm editing,
I'll
do that.
You don't have to.
All right, before being played in the Superdome, where was the Sugar Bowl first played?
Well, it was played in New Orleans, 100%.
Okay.
The only time it hadn't been played in New Orleans was Atlanta, 2005. Terrible night because of Katrina displacement, I would imagine. School in New Orleans, field, Tulane.
Tulane. Yes, you're exactly right.
Good.
Ding, 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 ding.
Good.
All right. Secondly, who was the first Pac-12 team to play in the Sugar Bowl?
Pac-12?
Pac-12.
Pac-12.
Don't overthink this.
Pac-12. To play, UCLA. No. Pac-12 team to play in the Sugar Bowl.
It happened within the past 10 years.
Did it?
Yeah. Past decade. This is not like some team from 1942.
Like, they were currently in the Pac-12 when they played in this game.
Yeah.
Utah beat Alabama. But that wasn't, I don't think they were in the Pac-12. They were still in the Mountain West then. Oh, man. Pac-12
playoff era team.
Pac-12 playoff era. Washington. Give me 2 more seconds on this. Give me about 2 more minutes. Washington played Alabama in the playoff in the Peach Bowl, so it wasn't them.
That was the old Georgia Dome. Yeah,
that was the old Georgia Dome.
You want me to give you the year?
Yeah, give me the year.
2023.
Oh gosh. Oh, Washington.
Yes.
Oh, of course, yeah. I guess I was thinking like, me going back in the time machine like a couple decades ago.
Yeah.
Now, I was trying to think about did John Elway and Stanford play there somehow back in the day?
Pac-12 teams do not belong. Look, the Pac-12 teams got the Rose Bowl.
So that's the first time then.
Yeah.
I'll be dang.
Thanks to the college football playoff.
Great call. That one, yeah.
Yeah, Washington beat Texas
And
37-31. Yeah, Kalen DeBoer, Penix. That's right.
Yep.
All right. Lastly, can you list the top 5 teams in order who've appeared the most in the Sugar Bowl or had the most Sugar Bowl appearances? Here's a hint. They're all 5 SEC teams.
Yeah.
All right. Can you do it?
Yeah. Alabama.
Right.
Number 1.
Yes. They have 17 appearances.
2 would be Ole Miss.
Nope, not Ole Miss.
No. We already talked about it. They have more. Georgia.
Yes, Georgia's tied for number 2. There's one more team.
Auburn.
Not Auburn.
LSU.
LSU, yeah.
Yeah, LSU.
Both of those teams have 13.
Yes. And then it's Ole Miss.
Then Ole Miss with 11.
Then Auburn.
No, not Auburn.
Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Tennessee? No, it's not Tennessee. Wait. All right, so I said Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Ole Miss.
Yep.
I'm trying to think, man. Who has been at it's not Auburn. It's not Florida. No, it's not Florida. It is Florida?
It is Florida.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Florida. Where did they go? I mean, I guess
don't
they're
know.
Spurrier's years. Yeah, and then Tebow a couple years. Yeah.
They have 9 Sugar Bowl appearances. I want to say Auburn was 8 Sugar Bowl appearances, something like that. But, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I mean, I know they went there with Tebow one year for sure, and I'm sure they went multiple years with Spurrier. I don't ever remember them in the 80s going, though. I don't think that's when I kind of thought Auburn racked up a good many of them.
Yeah.
Was with Pat Dye and Bo Jackson.
Not enough to crack the top 5.
I'll be dang. Okay, then. Florida, then.
Yep.
I guess, the 90s got them with that. And
Hey, what bowl
1-2
game is
road.
Florida playing in this year?
That's a great question. They're not.
They're not.
I love it.
What bowl game is
love it.
Auburn
I love it.
playing? I got to
not.
think about that the
I
other
love
day. And then, like, Tennessee, they're in the Music City Bowl.
Oh, yeah, playing Illinois. It's going to be so exciting.
And Tech lost their bowl game. Oh, you just
great,
look
man.
around at Georgia's rivals right now. Clemson lost their bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama hopefully is about to lose in the Rose Bowl. Wouldn't that be sweet?
What would it feel like not playing in a New Year's Six bowl game?
I don't know.
I mean,
we're
it
Georgia
must be
fans. Who
sweet.
knows?
I mean, crazy.
Actually, we definitely know. I don't know about.
It's been a long
large
time, man.
Yeah.
I got to think about that the other day. I was like, man, I love Georgia football. I always will till they put me 6 feet under, man. But golly, I remember back when I would used to get so hyped up about going to the Gator Bowl or going to the Tax Slayer Bowl we alluded to. The Capital One Bowl was
Outback
actually
Bowl.
a big prize. When you got to go to a Florida Bowl,
Yes.
even though you were craving going to a Sugar, but I mean when you got to go to Capital One or Outback over going to like Music City or then it was exciting.
It was an upgrade.
Yeah, it was upgrade. You were making some plans, get fired up to go play Nebraska for the 18th time in a row.
What was your experience at the Belk Bowl? I know we both went to
The Belt Bowl.
What?
The Belt Bowl.
Suck?
That was but it was a good game. Nick Chubb, man. I just think of Nick Chubb. It's freezing.
Yeah,
was
and then we
freezing.
booed Todd Grantham coming off the
we
field.
did. That was his first year out of Georgia with Louis. But yeah, the Belt Bowl, man. The Belt Bowl was that was wild. Still, the most miserable bowl game experience I've had was 2010 Liberty Bowl.
Bless your heart.
I mean, you lose 10-6 in the rain to Central Florida. We don't elect to go forward on 4th and 1, instead kick a field goal. You lose 10-6. Just unreal. Capped off a 6-7 season. Just terrible. A close second, man, was the Tax Slayer. I guess it was still just called the Gator Bowl then in 2013. Played Nebraska for the second year in a row. Beat them at the Capital One Bowl in 2012. So I had another rematch against Bo Pelini's Nebraska in 2013. It was pouring. And then you're like, man, got to go back down to Jacksonville. Already been just a couple months prior, Georgia-Florida game.
Yeah.
It was pouring down rain. They had like a 99-yard touchdown pass, and we dropped a pass on 4th down to extend for the game-winning drive. Just great end. I mean, the perfect way to end that season.
It was.
But there was like 8,000 fans in the stadium.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, it was as empty as could be. And that's one thing I thought about after that first national championship win, walking out of Indianapolis, was like, man, I can just soak this in thinking about just being in the Gator Bowl, soaked head to toe after watching George lose to Nebraska with about 8,000 other people.
If you could just go back in time and tell yourself,
it's
sitting in
worth
that
it.
poncho
That's
in
right.
Everbank Stadium, hey,
Well, you'll
it gets
get to
better,
see
buddy.
it one day, baby. You'll get to see it one day.
Oh,
Man, we're blessed.
We sure are. We sure
I
are.
love it.
And we're blessed that we have so many people who have tuned in and
Yeah, we
listened
are.
to us for an
Yeah,
hour
we
and a
are.
half. We
Yeah, we are.
greatly
God bless you
appreciate
for
y'all's
that.
support. And hey, if you've enjoyed this episode, please review us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you're on YouTube, drop your score prediction for Georgia Ole Miss in the Sugar Bowl. Would love to see that. If you're going to the Sugar Bowl, let us know about it. We want to hear from you. We'd love to potentially meet up with you guys. We'll be there a few hours before the game kicks, maybe perusing the streets of downtown New Orleans. And, hey, we may even just do a vlog.
Yeah, that's right. I love that, man.
You know, I am doing a vlog.
Big game vlog.
I'm doing a vlog in honor of Adam the Woo.
Yeah.
God rest his soul, man.
Do it. And I will be drinking a piping hot caffeinated beverage.
That's right.
As well. So, yeah, no, I'm fired up for it, Clark.
Yeah. All righty. It's time for a score prediction, and then we will wrap this thing up. Georgia right now is favored by 6.5 points, just shy of a touchdown versus Ole Miss. January 1st, New Year's Day, 2026. There is no better way to ring in a new year than a Georgia Bulldog win. Give me the Dogs 34-17.
I love it.
I believe it.
I like that. I like that a lot, man. God, it's man, Clark, it's truly unbelievable how we're here after Christmas every year, with the exception of a couple years since 2017, with another just chance for Georgia to win a national championship. I mean, teams would die, fan bases would die to be in the spot we are as Georgia fans. Here we are again on the the doorstep here of playing for another national championship. I mean, yeah, you got to win a couple big games, but you're there, man. You feel really good about where this football team is, how it ended the season. And I'm fired up. It just feels different than it did last year. You have your starting quarterback healthy, ready to go. You have a team that's more connected. You have a team that just has internal leadership, man, that you just feel like they're just dialed in. You're getting some key injury pieces back, even though you've lost some. But you just can't help also, too, Clark, but to think about how Kirby Smart is, how he's wired, how he's programmed, that it was in the same building, the same round of the playoffs, that you get beat last year. You said it earlier in the episode. Georgia has a chip on their shoulder for what happened in the embarrassment against Notre Dame last year. A lot of bad circumstances between what happened with Kirby's father, with the terrorist attack, delayed the game, hurt the atmosphere, and then also you have a walk-on, get a penalty negate in a big explosive play. Just how wild it was, but the preparation, just how he's wired it's going to be different. They're going to be ready to roll this year, man, and it's going to be exciting to think about it because this year, we get to walk in together, Georgia fans, man, and underneath the stars, going to that Louisiana Superdome, the way the good Lord intended SEC football fans to be doing in big-time football games like this. Georgia's going to be outnumbered fan base probably 3-1. They're going to be fired up, but Georgia's been here before, and it's going to be a special night because we're going to take our place rightfully where we belong in yet again a fourth semifinal football game in the Kirby Smart era. I cannot wait. Georgia's going to win this football game 28-17. See y'all in New Orleans. It's great to be a Georgia Bulldog. Here we go. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.